Hey guys, Chris Arnone, the Bearded Gamer, here for BlizzPlanet.com at the Major League Gaming Spring Championships 2012. We are here. I'm crazy excited about this. Robert Clotworthy, the voice of Jim Raynor in StarCraft 2. How are you doing today?
Let's kick this interview into overdrive.
So Heart of the Swarm coming soon.
Yeah.
You guys,
we'll see.
you guys finished with your voice work? You still got a little to go.
I was in there actually last week working with Trish Helfer on some stuff, and it looks like we'll have at least one more session together that we're going to be working on. But essentially, we're pretty much finished. We did some stuff that's going to be a surprise for everybody, kind of like some bonus material that'll be on the collector's edition that comes out. Hopefully it'll be out this year. I think that's the overall plan, but of course with Blizzard, it doesn't come out until it's ready. So, which is good. It's a dual-edged sword, man.
Yes, I've said that many times as well. And of course, next up you got Legacy of the Void, which will be the third for this. And when are you guys going to start getting in the studio on that one?
Well, I got an email from Chris Metzen the other day, and he mentioned he was looking forward to getting together soon and starting to work on Legacy. So hopefully, fairly soon. I mean, once we've gotten into the mode, once we finish work on the first game, we're kind of been on automatic. So it hasn't been that long before we've gone into the studio to start recording for the following game. So hopefully pretty soon.
And of course, Jim Raynor is not the only thing you do. You can't live off one character alone. What other things are you working on right now?
Like, unfortunately, the games that are in the pipeline, you sign what we call non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, so I can't really talk about those games, but there's a bunch of big games that are coming out. Other than that, I do tons of voice work, obviously, and one of the things that I do, a lot of people don't realize, is there's a show called Ancient Aliens that's on the History Channel. It's pretty popular. Apparently, Katy Perry's a big fan, Megan Fox is a big fan, Ellen DeGeneres is a big fan, and I'm the narrator of that. It looks like we're going into our 5th season. We should be starting that up in the next, I'm hoping like 6-8 weeks.
Can you even tell me who those games are for, even if it's not any specifics or details?
For a variety of different companies.
Can't say a word.
It's like everybody. I mean, most recently I'm in the Star Wars The Old Republic that's been released. I play Senator Evron, I play a Chancellor, I play Jedis in it. I think I play at least a dozen different characters. All sound eerily similar, but as they told me at the session, don't worry about changing your voice because these characters don't interact, and the time between when these characters appear in the game is so great, nobody will remember anyway.
That's kind of funny, actually. Now, another big thing you guys got coming up, there's a Kickstarter for Space Quest. What can you tell us about what's going on with that?
Yeah, my publicist, he's kind of putting that together, Chris Pope at Social Stars Web, and they're raising money to get this game begun. And we'll be working with some really cool people. One of my good buddies is already signed on to it, a guy named Rob Paulson, who is probably, if not one of the top voice guys in town. He does Pinky and the Brain. He's won a friggin' Emmy, okay? The guy is pretty talented. Gary Owens is going to be in it. I'm going to be in it, and 4 or 5 other people, so it should be fun. And we're hoping that they get the money and can put it together.
That sounds very exciting. And then you also have a charity you do through eBay, and some people haven't heard about that. Why don't you tell them a little bit about that charity?
Yeah, it's not a specific charity because I found that as soon as I mentioned a specific charity, somebody has a problem with it. You could say Wounded Warriors, and someone will comment, well, they pay their executives too much money. I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm donating, or actually what I've been doing, I've been getting these action figures, the Jim Raynor action figures, signing them and numbering them. I'm going to do an edition of 10. That's it. I've sold 3 of them so far. Put them up on eBay with the profits being put into a bank, and once everything is finished, then I'll donate that to either a charity or a couple of different charities. And what I have been doing is whoever is the winning bidder, I let them suggest a charity. The first Jim Raynor action figure sold for $460, which is amazing, and it sold to a fellow in Australia. I asked him about his charity, and he said cancer research. So okay, I'll find a good cancer research or charity that I can donate to. Right now, Neil Kaplan, who plays Tychus in StarCraft, he has an action figure as well. He and I have signed a set of 2. The first 2 sold on eBay, actually funny, to the same guy that bought the first one of mine, and the next set is going to go up hopefully in the next week or so, and we're selling that as a set. so you can get kind of a 2-for-1 kind of a deal, a twofer. You know, I signed his action figure, he signed mine, he put a little comment on his, I put a little comment on mine, so it's very personalized and it's incredibly unique. I mean, this is it. These are the only 2 that are out there that he and I signed. And listen, it's an opportunity to give back a little bit and to use this craziness, this opportunity to raise some money for some good causes.
Speaking of this craziness, is this your first esports big Major League Gaming event that you've been to?
Yeah, I went a couple of years ago to BlizzCon where they had a demo, essentially, where they invited some top players, and I think the grand prize was $25,000, and it was pretty impressive and pretty intense to watch those guys play it, especially with the commentators describing what's going on. But this is the first time I've come down to a championship to really watch and be a part of everything. So this is a kick. I mean, I'm really excited.
So what do you think of all this craziness?
Well, you know, it's funny when I keep thinking back to roughly 1997 when Chris Metzen and I first got together, and he was showing me some of the sketches that he had for StarCraft, his concept of Jim Raynor and of what this whole universe was going to be. And I kind of looked at him, and I was nodding my head thinking, this guy's nuts. I have no idea what this guy's planning on doing, but there was something about him. I said, whatever he wants to do, he's probably going to pull it off. But still, I don't think even he in his wildest imagination could have thought that it was going to turn into this, some 14 years later, where you've got millions of people playing the game, you've got live streaming around the world. In fact, I did a little greeting for a Barcraft in Tel Aviv, Israel, that I sent to them. They're watching it.
Wow.
They're streaming it. They're 10 hours ahead, so it's 2 or 3 in the morning. They're fanatics. I mean, who would have thought? And so I'm just thrilled to be a part of it and riding this wave.
Well, thanks for spending some time with us and doing this interview. It's been an absolute joy, and thanks again.